Welcome to another video from the Wheelman. Today's video we have a Mercedes CLS, which we're going to have a colour change on the wheels. This customer has a few spare sets. We're going to try and make a decent set of wheels from 2.5 sets. We've noticed some of them already have welds or cracks, which we're probably not going to use. A couple of them have got flat spots. We're going to hopefully not use those wheels if we can. We just need to take the existing wheels on the car off at the moment, get tyres off those, check those for any cracks or defects, etc. And yeah, hopefully that'll be it.
So here's the car, Mercedes CLS Shooting Brake. Fantastic looking car. The one thing letting it down is just the wheels. The customer's decided to go for a bit of a colour change. You'll see the exact colour later on in the video. We just start by loosening all the bolts. Once all the bolts are loosened, we start to jack the vehicle up. We actually have loan wheels we're going to put on this car. If the customer wanted to, he could have taken the car away with him as well. He was happy to leave it with us. We're just going to put these wheels onto the car just so that way we're not blocking stuff in.
So we've got our loan wheels on his car now. They actually don't look too bad. This isn't the colour combination he's going for, so you'll have to wait until the end of the video to see what colour he's chosen. This is just going to make it a bit easier for us to move the car around the yard, because at the moment it's just blocking in some of the cars we're currently working on. We'll get this moved, get the wheels inside. Just going to double check them first, make sure they are all straight, make sure there's no other welds or cracks we're unaware of, and hopefully we can make a good set out of these wheels right here.
Before removing the tyres, we're just going to put them straight onto the balancer first, just so we can check to see if any of these wheels are buckled. Unfortunately, you'll see in a minute, we do run into quite a few issues with these wheels.
So just spun the second wheel and immediately found there is a flat spot. You might just be able to see in a certain angle, just there. If we spin this, we'll be able to see it bobbing about. Unfortunately, this is one of the front wheels, which we already have 2 of these over here, which already have buckles and cracks and welds. Ideally, the customer doesn't really want to use wheels that have already been welded. So what we're going to do is maybe get this one sent out, see what the customer thinks, see if we can get it straightened by an external company, and see what we want to do from there.
So we just continue to load the last 2 wheels onto the balancer just to check to see if they are also buckled. And as you'll see in just a second, it does continue to be a bit of a theme with the set of wheels where we do see more buckles.
Unfortunately, both front wheels, which we're kind of hoping were going to be the good wheels of the set, are buckled. It's not too bad, so I think we actually might be able to get these sent out and straightened. We'll see what the customer thinks, and we'll go from there. So back from my customer, he's happy to go ahead with the wheel straightening. So we'll get the tyres whipped off these, and then we'll get them sent out to get straightened. We'll have these back probably in about a day or 2, and then we can continue with the strip process, prep process, and then the powder coat.
So now we've figured out which wheels we're going to use. We start loading the wheels onto the tyre machine, where we'll carefully remove the tyres. Once these are stripped, we'll get them over to the wheel straighteners and hopefully have these back within a day or 2.
So we've just had the wheels back from the wheel straightener. 3 of them were sent off. They're now back, spinning true again. So these just need stripping. They're going to be prepped and blasted. Make sure we get rid of any defects, any curb damage, etc. Once they're blasted, we'll load them into the oven and then they'll be ready for powder coat.
Unfortunately, we forgot to record the preparation process for this wheel. This is just another wheel we've just recently done. We simply start by sanding the wheels back, getting rid of all the curb damage, blasting the wheel. We then simply blow away all the dust in the spray booth, apply a masking disc and load it into the oven for outgassing. Outgassing is a critical stage of the process. Once they've reached the correct temperature, wheels are then taken out of the oven and the powder coat primer and powder coat colour are applied. Here you can see we've got a black primer being applied, and then the wheels are powder coated bronze. Wheels are then loaded back into the oven, where they're going to bake off for about 20 minutes until they're ready for the lacquer stage. This is what the wheel looks like after it's been baked in the oven, ready for lacquer. Wheels are removed from the oven, where they'll sit for around about 7 minutes until they're ready for the lacquer stage. This customer has decided to go for a satin finish. Now, although these wheels currently do look satin, we do apply a gloss lacquer to the wheels first, and at a later stage we'll then degloss the lacquer. That way it will give it the most protection, it'll be both UV protected and also hard wearing. Here you can see Aaron applying the lacquer to all of the wheels. Lacquer is applied to the entire wheel inside and out. Once lacquered, wheels are then placed back into the oven, where they'll bake off for around about 30 minutes. This is the final stage of the wheel refurbishment. Here you can see Aaron is applying a deglosser. This will give the lacquer a satin finish. These are the last two wheels, just currently waiting for a degloss. Personally, we think these look amazing as they are. Once these have been deglossed, wheels are loaded back into the oven again for the final bake off. They'll bake for approximately 20 minutes. And here are the wheels fully baked off, out of the oven, just cooling down. It's amazing how different they look in a satin from a gloss. It's really transformed the look of this wheel. The next stage, of course, is getting the tyres back onto the wheels. Using the tyre machine, we carefully reinstall each of the tyres, being careful not to damage any of the spokes. The wheels are then balanced on the wheel balancer. Weights are applied to the inside of the wheel. And finally apply tyre shine to the tyres.
These look absolutely incredible. Tyres back on, all been balanced again. Finished them off with some tyre shine. In need of some new centre caps. I think the customer said he's ordered some anyway, so we'll leave those out. Next step, just get them put back onto the car for him, and then we'll get some final shots of the car with these wheels on.
Fortunately, we still have the spare set of wheels to compare these wheels to, and what a difference it makes. Excited to see these on the car and just see the transformation it'll make. Next stage is putting the wheels back onto the car. So we did the exact same as we did in the beginning. We begin to jack up the vehicle and take off the loan wheels of the car and put the new freshly powder coated wheels onto the vehicle. Everything was going so well until disaster struck. That'll teach me for using such a flimsy tripod to record our videos. Fortunately, it was just the glass back that was smashed, and the camera still continued to work. On a positive note, these wheels look incredible on this car. It's really transformed the look. When you consider what it looked like when it first drove in, this is a massive difference. We really hope the customer's going to be happy. We think this is the perfect colour combination. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Leave your comments down below and let us know what you think to the colour. Thanks for watching.